Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth bookmark. This is going to be another type of mountain than what we have learnt yesterday. I hope you will definitely enjoy making this. So in this particular bookmark we have learnt how to make sky and a mountain without using white gouache. We have completed these 4 beautiful bookmarks. So the first 3 are based on the background washes and doodles using DIY acrylic markers on top of these. So we have learned clouds, little Easter eggs and some birdhouse. And in the 4th one we have covered a beautiful night sky with a mountain. So taking this concept of mountains ahead, I have planned to make the 5th and 6th bookmarks as mountains. So let us see a different kind of mountain today. So for this we will be requiring a pencil sketch. So I am taking a mechanical pencil. You can go with any kind of pencil. This is Camlin mechanical pencil which I have taken. I am going to draw the mountains rough sketch. So you can see how wavy kind of lines I am drawing, and this is the peak. And this mountain ends here. And we have a background mountain on both the sides. So that's it. These are the background mountains. With this pencil sketch we are done with it, and now I am going to wet the paper. So unlike we have done in before classes, we are going to do a different exercise in today's bookmark. So what I will be doing today is wetting the top sky area, not the mountains. So for that I have taken the smallest brush, mop brush I have, which is 0 size stationary brush. You can go ahead and use a normal brush as well to wet this area because it is very small area. Now I am going ahead by taking water, and also I have tissues on my side. So I'll just wipe it off if any excess color is there. And now I am going ahead and applying water in this area. So unlike other exercises, we are just wetting the top portion. Be little careful at the edges. You can switch to normal brush if you are not confident of using this the size brush which you are using on the top, like I'll show you. So here accidentally I have dropped water on the mountain, background mountain. I am just wiping it off. Now what I am doing is I am switching to another brush and then doing the edges carefully. This sometimes need extra attention when you are wetting the paper in this manner. So be little careful at the edges. Don't worry if it is not coming so perfect. You can go ahead and draw normal straight lines as well if you think the curvy line of the mountain makes it difficult for you to wet the paper in this way. So there we go. I have wet the edges and again running again on the top once again, and the edges as well carefully. Now once this is done, we can go ahead by adding colors. So for today we are taking a blue shade which is near to Prussian blue. I am taking this blue, and then we are also going to make some clouds to give the sky effect. So we will do the gradient wash like we have done for the first bookmark. So I will show you the shade if you want this particular shade. So this is the particular shade which is very near to Prussian blue. So I am picking up the color on a nice thicker consistency. As we have done in all the bookmarks, the top is going to be dark and then a gradient wash. When you come here, make sure that you are not putting on the mountain. Since there is water, the color will spread only to the areas where water is there, so don't take too much of stress. Do it slowly. I'm just making sure the blend is good. And now I'm not going to touch this mountain area again because we have to be very careful. I will just put the colors and sky on the top part only. So I'm taking the same color and making sure the top portion is little darker. Now I am washing my brush, dabbing it excess water and then just running it over the edge of these mountain sides so that the color is spread kind of evenly. So there we go. Now when this is still wet, we are going to make few clouds. I am going to take a next shade of blue which is just below it. So if you're not using these cakes or using normal watercolor tubes, you can go with indigo if you have it in your palette, or else you can mix the blue which you have used before with black so that you can get the particular darker shade. So I am going ahead and using the darker blue which I have on my palette. You can go by mixing Prussian blue with black, or if you have any darker shade of blue, you can go ahead with it. If you have indigo, that is well and good, that will be a perfect shade. Now with the same size 0 brush, I am just making these side lines, side strokes which represent the sky. And then rest is going to be very small. I am using the tip of the same brush and making these small strokes. So the sky is mostly aligned towards the righter part. So here and there you can give these bigger clouds and smaller clouds here and there. You can go ahead and make on the sides of these mountains as well. So there we go. Don't think much, it will spread and dry very beautifully. If you want to add even more clouds, you can add, or if you want to add lesser clouds than this, you can go ahead by adding lesser clouds. If you are taking any other shade of color, just make sure that you will add a darker version of clouds on top of the background sky. That's it. And this will give a smooth blended look already. If you still want to smoothen it, or if you don't like this kind of look, just take a brush, clean your brush, wipe all the excess water and just run it to the edges. If you don't like this bleeds and all that to happen, if you like this, then don't do the step. So I generally like this, but just want to show both the variations. So I generally like the bleed and the variation that it gives for a sky. The bleeds will be beautiful. It looks like the natural look of the clouds. So we will leave it there and we will wait for it to dry before applying color on this mountain. So unlike the previous one, we are not going to apply color on the entire mountain. We will use some dry brush stroke by keeping the white area white itself. So let us wait for it to completely dry and we will get back to it again. So now let us go and make these mountains. So this part is not yet dried, but we can go ahead and make because the mountains are on the lower part and this part looks dried. And you can see how beautifully the clouds have formed. Now I am switching to a smaller size brush, which is stationery size 1 brush, and then going ahead by doing dry brush strokes. So you can directly go ahead with the shade of blue itself if you are looking for a mountain. So I have a darker blue shade or nearing to black shade over here. So I'll show it to you on a paper. So this is the shade of it. It is very nearing to indigo color, exact indigo shade it is. So we can go ahead and make the dry brush strokes with this color instead of going with black. Alright. I am picking up this color and going ahead by doing dry brush strokes. So since this is the structure of the mountain, I will first go ahead and mark this area. And then go ahead by doing dry brush strokes. Be careful about the edges. So we will do only on one side, indicating the depth of this particular mountain. You can go ahead on top of it if you want little darker versions. It is completely based upon your instincts and how you want it to turn out. So here not much dry brush strokes, but gaps here and there. So this is going to be my depth or valley kind of area within that particular mountain only. There will be undulations, right? So we are trying and creating them on this side as well. We are not doing the entire mountain, but just here and there. And at the edges we are making sure, because we have to show the difference between the foreground and background mountains. So my brushes are making a little noise. So at the edges I am keeping little darker color on the top and here and there on the mountain. And all the strokes are not dry brush, you can observe that, right? And at the bottom it can be of any one direction, either this side or the other side, whichever you feel comfortable and good looking for your artwork. You need not completely cover it with the dry brush strokes. I am leaving here and there spaces to make it look even more beautiful. So I am not going to touch again this area, just this is the last strokes. So this has to be look continuous, so I am making sure the edges are continuous. So that's it. Now we are going ahead and paint the background mountains. So you can paint the background mountains a little darker or a little lighter. So I will go ahead with little lighter shade. Then for that what I am doing is I am taking the lighter shade and then dabbing all of the excess water and then going ahead on the border first. Oh, it has become a darker shade, no worries. I am pulling the same color and then giving a little bit of dry brush stroke, that's it. The same way I am going to repeat on the other side as well, a little border and then filling those up with a lighter dry brush strokes. And that's it, we are done with this particular bookmark, and I love the way the mountain has turned out. So the basic difference in both of the works which we have done in both the bookmark and the fifth bookmark is, in the fourth one we have painted the entire mountain in black, and in this particular one we have left the whiter spaces white and tried to paint the mountains with dry brush strokes. My paper doesn't look like completely dried, so wait for a minute or two for it to completely dry and then peel off the masking tape. So now this looks completely dried, and this is what we have learnt in today's bookmark. So we have learned how to make this beautiful sky with fluffy clouds along with the mountain without using white gouache, and have to handle the dry brush strokes for the foreground and background mountains. Hope you have learned something new today and enjoying this process along with me. And thank you all for joining me. I have been seeing your beautiful creations and I am loving all of them. Hope you will enjoy this process for the entire 15 days. Thank you for joining me once again. Let us all meet again for yet another beautiful bookmark.